Good evening, Madison. You are listening to 91.7 WSUM FM Madison on this dreary and rainy Thursday evening. That was not a fun walk, Sean. You are listening right now to From the Bench, your favorite sports show with two incredibly unathletic people. I am your host, Ben Lindsley. Sitting right across from me is Sean Duffy. And Sean, I have a confession to make. So, as it turns out, I am, in fact, a very bad, evil liar who is very mean and evil and also bad and a liar.
Rolls off the tongue.
It really does, and as you just heard, it did. And here I will now tell you why, our dear viewer. Or, wait, no, it's a listener.
Yeah.
They're not viewing us. That would be cool if they could, but they don't.
You wouldn't be enjoying the view, dear listener.
I don't think they would. I have a confession to make. Only because of you, Sean.
Facts.
2 weeks ago, as I was signing off of our last show, because it was spring break last week, and so we didn't have a show, I mistakenly said at the end of our show 2 weeks ago that we would see you next week, same time, same place, for more From the Bench. And I lied directly to your faces and to your ears because we did not, Sean, we did not have a show during spring break, did we?
You lied in more ways than one. You said they'd see us next week.
Oh, I didn't even consider that. I should have said you will hear us next week. You know what? I'll make that adjustment.
But in a way,
for next time.
You also told the truth. Because
did I?
Hypothetically, my mom is a listener. So she did end up seeing me next week.
But if there's let's consider someone who isn't our mom, right? Or someone
what's that? The other person that listens to the show?
I mean, yeah. This might be one of my favorite draft classes for the Packers in a long time. And it's weird to say that because they only had 6 picks. They came in with 8. Mm-hmm. But they made 2 trades up, which is not something
Goody likes
that
to do.
Brian Gutekunst does very often. Usually if there are any trades, he's in the trade back end of them. So to have 2 different trade-ups here is kind of surprising. They end up taking 6 picks in this draft, which is tied for the fewest in a Packers draft class ever. I want to start with our first pick of the draft, not in round 1, but in round 2, but it felt like it could have been a round 1 pick. The cornerback out of South Carolina, Braeden Cisse. And it's also something that the Packers as an organization don't like to do very often. A lot of times they let their rookies sit around and wait a little bit and learn from the guys on the field. Example A, Matthew Golden last year. But we also saw it with Jordan Morgan. We saw it with the second-round pick last year, Anthony Belton. And you even saw it with Jordan Love. And we've seen how that has panned out, and it was pretty well. And so I think ideally you have Braeden Cisse sit for a little bit. He obviously I want to see him on the field, and I think him taking CB2 snaps is going to be very good for him. I think Keyshawn can stay at CB1 at the beginning of the year just because he has those reps. He has the experience in that top role. And while he may not be, the most ideal guy to be playing that spot, once we get deeper into the season, I think we could see Braeden Cisse overtake him in that role.
I wish we could have Braeden Carrington on this team for another year.
I know.
It has just been so much fun. It's been an honor to watch him, break out into, the pure 3-point scorer that he's become. Mm-hmm. Especially very late in the season. Like, look at Washington. He hit 9 threes. That's a program record for most threes by a player in Wisconsin history.
Yeah, it was.
And a career-high 32 points. He doesn't score like that. He's not supposed to score like that. He is making a very good case to being the starting 3 for this team. And honestly, I don't see why not.
The Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock at pick 23. If you were watching earlier on in the draft, they just recently traded back with the Philadelphia Eagles, who traded up to pick 20 to select wide receiver Makai Lemon, who was the 3rd wide receiver to go in this draft, behind Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson. We'll get to we talked about Tate. We'll get to Tyson in a little bit. But I suppose it's fresh on our minds. We can talk about Makai Lemon to pick 20 because we did not expect Makai Lemon to make it this far in the first round. I think a lot of people had him going kind of early teens, especially for a team like the Eagles. It just feels bad, man. Mm-hmm. We know obviously this probably means that they are in fact trading AJ Brown, probably to the New England Patriots, if I had to guess. There was some reporting done on that was probably where he was going to go. However, this just makes the Eagles' offense better, I would say, and more importantly, younger. And that's a team that likes to have young talent. And so, unfortunately, I think that's a really, really good situation for the Philadelphia Eagles to be in. I hate to be the median guy here, like right in the middle of both of you, but I think because of that, it was both sides of the ball were the reason why they won that game. They needed the defense. Illinois coming in, they probably had one of the more consistent offenses in the Big Ten, aside from, your Indianas and your Ohio States and what have you. But I think the defense needed, and there's this quote I love, it's like, you can't argue with an idiot. They'll drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. That's what the Badgers did. They dragged Illinois and their offense down to our level, basically turned it into a slugfest, because we know with how firepowered that Illinois offense is, if that game turned into a shootout, we were never winning that. Mm-hmm. And so we needed the defense to be able to step up and say, hey, we're going to make sure your offense is on the field for as little as possible and make it so that our offense is on the field for as long as possible. And you saw that in that first drive where we took up 9 minutes and 30 seconds of that first quarter, making sure that Luke Altmaier, as good as he is, probably one of the best QBs Illinois has had in their program's history, that he couldn't get on the field and he couldn't start executing those drives. And that when he did, our defense was able to say, hold up, you can't go anywhere.
As a Bucs fan, it has been so unbelievably frustrating, not just over the past, couple weeks at the trade deadline, but over the past 9 months, over the past few years now, where rumors have been flying about, Giannis wants out, Giannis wants a trade. And each time the rumor mill starts flying, where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? And every single time, it does not happen. And the biggest perpetrator of this is Shams Charania. After, about an hour after the deadline, earlier this afternoon, Shams said, quote, these sides engaged, him talking about the Bucs and teams that were fielding offers, but they never progressed to even close on a deal over the past few days. Now, 8 days ago, on January 28th, he could be quoted saying, quote, to put it plainly, he, talking about Giannis, has informed the necessary Bucs officials that he believes the time has come now for both of these sides, him and the Bucs, to move on. He is prepared to move forward with his career elsewhere. 3 days ago, this is on February 2nd, quote, they, meaning the Bucs, are engaged with rival teams and making aggressive counteroffers to their proposals. Now, these rumors, they have ramped up over the past 9 months or so, but they've existed ever since 2019. I just don't get it. They've been happening for years, and the issue is Giannis has never formally requested a trade. The biggest issue that I take with it is that they have never reported what Giannis has actually been quoted saying. Mm-hmm. This was a quote yesterday. Giannis said, quote, if you ask me deep down what I want today, I want to be a Milwaukee Buck for the rest of my career. I want to win here, another championship. And if you can tell me that's possible, let's just hang up the phone. On what planet, on what earth would somebody want to leave this? On what planet, on what earth would somebody want to leave this? He's talking about Milwaukee, a place that not many people say that about. For your star NBA player, probably one of the most consequential players in Wisconsin sports history. For him to be saying that about a place like Milwaukee, which not many people say.
And there were talks of him getting traded to Golden State and Miami. Those are some...
Yeah. And how was that not front page news where, one of the top 3 players in the league right now, maybe one of the best players of the decade, is saying he wants to stay home in Milwaukee? How was that not front page news? I don't get it.